Hi, I'm Nick with Bokashi Living. So what are the benefits of Bokashi composting? Why is it better than traditional composting? Well, I would say number one, right at the top, has to be that it's fast. With traditional composting, it often takes a year or more for you to be able to effectively remove the material that you put in your compost pile and use it properly and beneficially in the garden. And even then, the results are not all that spectacular. The material you take out looks very close to what it went in as. It doesn't seem to decompose fully. With the Bokashi composting system, it's tremendously quicker, even more than 10 times quicker. And the reason why is because we're containing it within an anaerobic environment, and we're actually fermenting or pickling the waste in here, and that occurs at a much more rapid pace. In fact, the food waste that you produce in your kitchen and put in this bin, in as little as 4 weeks, you're able to use it and effectively plant into it and enjoy the nutrients that it contains in your garden. 4 weeks, that's fast. Another benefit of the Bokashi system is that it's easy, much easier than a traditional composting pile. Not to say that composting traditionally is a bad method, it's just labor intensive and you have to do it correctly for it to work properly. This system is really easy. Load your food waste into the bin, mix it with some Bokashi brand, seal it up, time will take care of it. There's no work further for you to do at that point. It takes 2 weeks to finish the pre-composting process. A third benefit is that it will work with all food waste. You would never put items like meat or bones or dairy or fish or pasta or bread or cooked items into your traditional composting pile for a number of reasons. But in the Bokashi bin, it's not a problem. It's sealed, the odors are kept out, the rodents are kept away, and all food waste, cooked or uncooked, can go into here. Which leads me to the fourth benefit, which is that rodents aren't attracted to this. A common complaint with traditional composting is what am I going to do about the rodents or even the bears or the animals that are going to come in and enjoy it. Well, that's because you're decomposing and rotting the matter in a traditional compost pile. It will attract animals. But the composting that we're doing within the Bokashi bin here, it's sealed, there's no odors given off, and once your 2-week pickling process, fermentation process is done with this bin, and you take it outdoors to put into the garden, rodents are not attracted to it. They're not attracted to the fermented waste. A last benefit of the Bokashi system, which perhaps should be listed right at the top, but I'll mention it last, is that it's environmentally friendly and sustainable. What I mean by that is, compared to traditional composting, we often look at the compost pile and wonder after a year, where did all that pile go? It's gone down to nothing. Well, it must have rotted. Well, yeah, in fact, it did rot, and over half of the volume by weight of the material that you put into that compost pile has released itself in the form of gases into the atmosphere, contributing to greenhouse gases. Bokashi composting doesn't do that. It's a sealed process. All of what you put in comes out. It comes out predominantly in the pre-composted food waste that's contained in the top, and it's also coming out in the form of the Bokashi tea that comes out in the bottom. So none of it is released into the environment, and that's a benefit compared to traditional composting. So as you can see, there's a number of benefits that go with Bokashi composting versus traditional composting. We invite you to try it, and I invite you to look at our website for more details and how-to videos on the joys and the benefits of Bokashi composting in your kitchen.